Ever felt completely tongue-tied when trying to speak English? Like when you know the words in your head, but the moment you open your mouth, it comes out a jumbled mess? I remember trying to order coffee in London once and accidentally asking for Frogurt instead of yogurt. The barista looked so confused. We've been there too.
Oh my gosh, Ethan, that's hilarious. I totally relate. I had a student, Steve, who was terrified of ordering food. He knew all the vocabulary, but his pronunciation anxiety was paralyzing him. He'd freeze up and just point at things.
We see this all the time. You understand the grammar, you know the vocabulary, but your pronunciation holds you back. You're afraid of being misunderstood, of sounding silly, or of simply not being taken seriously.
It's frustrating, right? You spend hours studying, but your confidence plummets the second you have to speak. My student, Steve, started using the shadowing technique, and within a month, he was confidently ordering full English breakfasts, complete with black pudding.
Today, we're going to show you exactly how to use the shadowing technique to dramatically improve your English pronunciation. And don't worry, we'll break it down step by step so it's easy to follow, even if you're a complete beginner.
We know this feels overwhelming, especially if you've struggled with pronunciation for a long time. But trust us, with the right technique and a little bit of practice, you can achieve clear, confident English pronunciation.
In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know: what shadowing is, why it works, and how to do it effectively. Plus, we'll share some common mistakes to avoid and some bonus tips to supercharge your progress. Let's get started.
So, what exactly is shadowing? Simply put, it's listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say almost simultaneously, like you're their shadow. It's like mimicking. I literally cried when a student told me she finally understood a fast-talking character on her favorite show.
Think of it like this. You're training your mouth muscles to move in the same way as a native speaker. It's not just about repeating words, it's about mimicking the rhythm, intonation, and overall flow of the language.
And that's why it's so effective. It goes beyond just memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules. It helps you develop a natural feel for the language, so you can speak more fluently and confidently.
But here's what most learners miss. It's not just about copying sounds, it's about actively listening and paying attention to the nuances of the language.
Absolutely. You need to focus on the speaker's intonation, the rise and fall of their voice, their stress patterns, and how they connect words together. It's like learning to dance. You need to feel the music.
My student Maria used to just blindly repeat everything she heard. She was technically shadowing, but she wasn't really listening. Her pronunciation barely improved. The key is active listening and conscious imitation. This tip, game changer.
Exactly. And that's why shadowing is so powerful. It's a holistic approach to language learning that engages your listening, speaking, and even your cognitive skills.
It's also a fantastic way to improve your listening comprehension. Because you're actively trying to keep up with the speaker, you're forced to pay closer attention to what they're saying.
It's like a workout for your ears and mouth. And the best part is you can do it anytime, anywhere, with just a pair of headphones and some audio or video content.
Okay, let's move on to how to do it effectively.
All right, let's break down the shadowing process into simple, manageable steps.
Step 1. Choose your material. This is crucial. Pick something that's at your level. Don't jump straight into Shakespeare if you're just starting out. Find audio or video content with clear pronunciation and a topic you're interested in.
News reports, podcasts, or even YouTube videos on topics you enjoy are great options. The important thing is that you understand the content.
Step 2. Listen and understand. Before you start shadowing, listen to the material a few times to make sure you understand it. Look up any unfamiliar words or phrases. This is really important.
This step is like preparing the canvas before you start painting. You need to know what you're working with. If you don't understand the meaning, you'll just be blindly repeating sounds.
Step 3. Start shadowing. Now, play the audio or video again and try to repeat what the speaker is saying at the same time or just a fraction of a second behind them. Don't worry about being perfect at first. Just focus on keeping up and mimicking the speaker's rhythm and intonation.
This is where the magic happens. Try to match the speaker's speed, their pauses, their emphasis on certain words. It's like becoming their echo.
Step 4. Record yourself. This is optional, but highly recommended. Recording yourself allows you to hear how you actually sound and identify areas where you need to improve. It can be a bit scary at first, but trust us, it's worth it.
It's like looking at yourself in the mirror after a workout. You might not like what you see at first, but it gives you valuable information about what you need to work on.
Step 5. Analyze and refine. Listen to your recording and compare it to the original audio or video. Identify any areas where your pronunciation differs from the speaker's. Pay attention to specific sounds, word stress, and intonation patterns.
This is where you become a pronunciation detective. Listen closely and identify the specific sounds or patterns that are giving you trouble. Are you mispronouncing certain vowels or consonants? Are you not emphasizing the correct syllables?
Step 6. Practice and repeat. Now focus on practicing the areas where you need improvement. Repeat those words or phrases over and over again, paying close attention to your pronunciation. Then try shadowing the entire passage again.
This is like practicing scales on a musical instrument. It might seem tedious at first, but it's essential for building muscle memory and improving your accuracy.
Step 7. Be patient and persistent. Improving your pronunciation takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep practicing consistently, and you will eventually see progress.
Remember Steve, my student who was afraid of ordering food? He started with just 15 minutes of shadowing a day. It felt awkward at first, but he kept at it, and gradually his pronunciation and confidence improved.
Consistency is key. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of shadowing a day can make a big difference over time.
And don't be afraid to experiment with different materials and techniques to find what works best for you.
Okay, before we move on, let's quickly recap the steps. Choose your material, listen and understand, start shadowing, record yourself, analyze and refine, practice and repeat, and be patient and persistent. Got it?
Now let's talk about some common mistakes that learners make when shadowing, so you can avoid them.
Mistake number 1. Choosing material that's too difficult. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth repeating. If the material is too advanced, you'll get overwhelmed and frustrated, and you won't be able to focus on improving your pronunciation.
It's like trying to run a marathon without training. You'll just end up exhausted and discouraged. Start with something easy and gradually work your way up to more challenging material.
Mistake number 2, not understanding the meaning. As we mentioned before, it's crucial to understand the meaning of the material you're shadowing. Otherwise, you'll just be mindlessly repeating sounds without actually learning anything.
My student Maria kept translating me siento to I feel myself. She wasn't paying attention to the context and nuances of the language. Make sure you understand what you're saying.
Mistake number 3. Focusing too much on individual words. Shadowing is about more than just pronouncing individual words correctly. It's about mimicking the overall rhythm, intonation, and flow of the language.
It's like learning a song. You don't just focus on hitting each note perfectly. You also pay attention to the melody, the rhythm, and the overall feel of the song.
Mistake number 4. Not recording yourself. We know it can be uncomfortable, but recording yourself is essential for identifying areas where you need to improve.
It's like getting feedback from a coach. They can point out things that you might not notice yourself.
Mistake number 5. Giving up too easily. Improving your pronunciation takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep practicing consistently, and you will eventually see progress.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is perfect pronunciation. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. You're not just learning, you're joining the DialogueBoost family.
Okay, let's dive into a slightly more advanced topic, shadowing with slang and idioms.
This can be a bit tricky because slang and idioms are often very specific to certain regions or cultures. But mastering them can really take your English to the next level.
Exactly. It's about understanding the nuances of the language and being able to communicate in a natural, authentic way. Let's role play a little.
Okay,
But slang scares me. What if I use it wrong and sound stupid?
that's a valid concern. But remember, learning a language is all about taking risks and making mistakes. Let's tackle that fear together. Start by listening to native speakers using slang in context. Watch movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos. Pay attention to how they use slang and try to understand the meaning and the context of the language.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. If you hear a slang term you don't understand, look it up online or ask a native speaker to explain it to you.
A great technique is to find short clips of conversations that use slang and idioms, and then shadow those clips repeatedly. Pay attention to the speaker's intonation and body language, as well as the words they're using.
For example, let's say you're trying to learn the phrase, hang out. You could find a clip of 2 friends talking about their plans for the weekend and then shadow that clip.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment with using slang in your own conversations. Start with simple phrases and gradually work your way up to more complex ones.
One tip, don't overdo it. Using too much slang can sound unnatural or even forced. Use it sparingly and only when it feels appropriate. My student Steve tried to use all the slang he learned at once and ended up sounding like a walking dictionary of urban terms. It was interesting.
Oh dear. The key is to use slang naturally and authentically. And remember, slang is constantly evolving, so you need to stay up to date with the latest trends.
A great way to do this is to follow native speakers on social media. Pay attention to the language they use in their posts and comments.
And don't be afraid to ask for feedback. If you're unsure whether you're using slang correctly, ask a native speaker to give you their opinion.
Remember, learning slang is a journey, not a destination. Be patient, have fun, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
And most importantly, be respectful of the culture and the context in which you're using slang. Some slang terms might be offensive or inappropriate in certain situations.
All right, let's put everything we've learned into practice with a short shadowing drill.
We're going to play a short audio clip of a native speaker talking about their weekend plans. Your task is to shadow the speaker as closely as possible, paying attention to their pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm.
Ready? Here we go. So this weekend, I'm planning to chill out with some friends. We're going to grab some pizza, watch a movie, and just hang out. Maybe we'll hit up a bar later, but nothing too crazy, you know?
Okay,
Pause now and rewind the clip. Shadow it again. Focus on mimicking the speaker's intonation and the way they connect the words together. Pausing now. You're doing amazing.
Let's try another clip. This time, the speaker will be using some slang. Yeah, the party was totally lit last night. The music was banging, everyone was having a blast. It was definitely one for the books.
All right, pause again and shadow this clip. Pay attention to the slang terms the speaker is using and try to incorporate them into your own pronunciation. How'd you do?
Let's do one more, slightly longer clip. This one is a bit faster, so try your best to keep up. So, I was talking to my boss the other day, and he was giving me the lowdown on the new project. It's going to be a real challenge, but I'm up for it. I'm going to put my nose to the grindstone and get it done. I'm determined to make it a success.
Okay, that was a tough one. Pause the video and rewind the clip as many times as you need to. Focus on the speaker's rhythm and the way they emphasize certain words. And don't get discouraged if you can't keep up perfectly. Just keep practicing.
How did that feel? A little challenging, right? But that's the point. The more you practice, the easier it will become.
Remember, the goal is not to be perfect, but to improve. Every time you shadow, you're training your mouth muscles and improving your listening comprehension.
And don't be afraid to experiment with different materials and techniques. Find what works best for you and stick with it.
You're not just learning English, you're gaining freedom to connect. Think about how you'll feel when you can confidently order food, chat with friends, or even give a presentation in English.
The possibilities are endless, so keep practicing, keep learning, and keep pushing yourself to improve.
We believe in you, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's share a few bonus tips and resources to help you supercharge your shadowing practice.
Bonus tip number 1, use a mirror. Watching yourself speak can help you identify any unnatural movements or habits that you need to correct.
Bonus tip number 2, focus on one specific sound at a time. If you're having trouble with a particular vowel or consonant, focus on that sound specifically. Find words that contain that sound and practice pronouncing them repeatedly.
Bonus tip number 3, shadow along to songs. This can be a fun and engaging way to improve your pronunciation and rhythm. Choose songs that you enjoy and try to sing along, paying attention to the singer's pronunciation.
Bonus tip number 4, use online resources. There are tons of great websites and apps that offer shadowing exercises and materials. Check out our resources below in the description.
Bonus tip number 5, find a language partner. Practicing with a native speaker can give you valuable feedback and help you identify areas where you need to improve.
And finally, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. Embrace them and learn from them.
So there you have it. Everything you need to know to start using the shadowing technique to improve your English pronunciation.
Remember, consistency is key. Practice regularly, be patient, and don't be afraid to experiment.
And most importantly, have fun. Learning a new language should be an enjoyable experience.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more language learning tips and tricks.
And don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know how you're using the shadowing technique to improve your pronunciation. We love hearing from you.
Okay, ready to take your English to the next level? Join our DialogueBoost community for personalized feedback and support. Click the link in the description below.
We offer live classes, one-on-one coaching, and a supportive online forum where you can connect with other learners.